Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The Ukraine scenario is about to unfold in East Asia, but now it's not going to be Russia, it's going to be China, and possibly maybe North Korea will join in. What's going on? If you are familiar with the issue, you know maybe that the Chinese military conducted some military drills because the Speaker of the House of the U.S. landed in Taiwan, McCarthy, and angered the Chinese government, obviously. So this is I'm going to have two articles with two statements made by the Chinese media and by Xi Jinping, the president of China. And they are, I'm paraphrasing, I'm going to use them in a minute. We are ready for hot war. We're ready. So remember when the Russians moved their troops to the border with Ukraine? Everybody was like, oh, Vey, what are you doing? Well, we're getting there. I personally see almost all the steps that were taken by Russia under the same circumstances. And I'm just having a gut feeling that someone else, how do you call it, the spreader of peace and love on this planet, the contractor, he is like, come on, China, you are late. The same as Russia. Come on, Russia, you come with all kind of proposals for negotiations. Do what you have to do, and then we're gonna see who's winning. It seems to me like that's the direction this goes. The promoters of peace. That was the word I was looking for. So let's go with the first article here, coming from Next Shark. Now, China says it's ready to fight after 3 days of military drills around Taiwan. The drills followed Taiwanese president, I don't know if that's such a thing according to the Chinese people from main China, Tsai Ing-wen's 10-day trip to meet leaders in Central America and the US, April 10th, 2023. So, China declares its preparedness, what the hell, preparedness to fight on second language, whatever, on Monday after wrapping up a series of military drills around Taiwan that simulated precision strikes and sealing off the self-governed island in the event it decides to take it by force. Dubbed as Joint Sword, the combat readiness patrols sought to warn Taipei following high-profile meetings between President Tsai Ing-wen and leaders in Central America and the US. The Taiwanese leader ended her 10-day trip meeting U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy in California. I'm sorry, it was not in Taiwan, it was in California. My bad. An event Beijing previously threatened to respond to with resolute, oh my God, countermeasures. All right, and the theater's troops are ready to fight at all time and can fight at any time to resolutely smash any form of Taiwan independence and foreign interference attempt, China's military said, as per the Associated Press. So this is one article, and let me go to the other article here, coming from Russia Today. And the same, Russia Today, 12th of April 2023. Xi Jinping warns armed forces to prepare for actual combat. Chinese media. The president told troops at a Navy base that their mission is to defend the country's territorial sovereignty. President Xi Jinping just urged the Chinese military to prepare for real combat, national media reported on Wednesday, which is today. The remarks came days after Beijing held massive military drills around Taiwan, which reportedly involved the simulation of precision strikes on the self-governing island. Addressing military personnel at a Navy base in southern China on Tuesday, Xi called for the strengthening of military training oriented towards actual combat, end quote, as quoted by the state-run CCTV channel. The Chinese leader is reported to have named the defense of Beijing's territorial sovereignty and maritime interests, end quote, as well as the protection of overall peripheral stability, end quote, as the Navy's core mission. So here they tell us about the 3 days military drills and so on and so on. Now, Senior Colonel Shi Yi, spokesman for the Chinese People's Liberation Army, Eastern Theater Command, described the vessels and aircraft as encircling, and quote, the island. He clarified that the drills were meant as a warning, and I'm quoting, against the collusion between separatist forces seeking Taiwan's independence, in quotation mark, and external forces, and against their provocative activities. So, ready? So what's going to happen next? I can tell you what's going to happen next. The Americans are going to push further. They're going to send some weapons over there. They're going to send some, I don't know, cruise ships over there. Not cruise, with military ships. Not with tourists. And they will do something that would push deeper. They would aggravate more. Okay, and the Chinese, I guarantee you, they will not bow down or back down. They will push back and back and back. The problem is this. Taiwan is next to China. United States is a few thousand miles away from China. So who's going to be, not the United States, the Taiwanese people, Chinese, Taiwan, Taipei. The same as what? Oh, Ukraine. Okay. And again, the Americans will not be directly involved. They will support the freedom, democracy of Taiwan. I mean, you gotta be not to see it. But anyway, let's don't get ahead of our skis yet. But it seems like the Chinese are ready and saying, yeah, you want it, you're gonna get a bloody nose too. Russia is in the process of providing you with one. It seems like that. We're gonna provide you with one here. What's gonna happen? The promoters of peace, global peace, the self-proclaimed police guy on this planet and holder and owner of truth, democracy, and freedom, will be okay, A-okay, because there would be, the war is going to occur far away, is going to be decimating those people's armies and civilians, unfortunately, infrastructure, civilian infrastructure, military, they will deplete them, and they hope that after all this, they're going to end up like after the Second World War, the masters of the planet again. Because that's what happens. Some people, instead of competing by training to get better and then show up and hope to win square and fair, fair and square, no, they try to do something to those guys. I don't know, maybe they will not get food anymore, maybe they will help them to have an accident somewhere, and then after they are out of the competition, who's going to win the first place? I will win. Well, I think the Second World War is a good example of this. Not that the Americans necessarily planned it, which they didn't, but that was the outcome. And I think it's a good lesson to learn. Get everybody, if you can, themselves. And we don't have to do anything. We don't have to be better at doing anything. We don't have to be more productive. We don't have to be more inventive. We don't have to work harder. Because they're gonna themselves, we help them, and then we promote all this, and they're gonna decimate themselves. And guess what? If we're like this with the other one's gonna go down. Who's gonna be, hey buddy, hey, what's up? Where are you going? Good job. And the other ones please don't think they don't know that. At least if this is a scenario, which I'm 98% certain it's following. It's like a script. You can see the signs. The signs. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.